Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here with your weekly scheduled replay video. Today we have the one, the only, the Tier 10 Russian battleship, the Kremlin, for your viewing pleasure. Now, the Kremlin is an interesting little boat in the fact that, well, she's actually quite massive. Ah, man, the Kremlin. This thing has gone through quite the lifespan, shall we say. This thing started out life as an absolutely cracked out Tier 10 tech line battleship. If you were around back when the Kremlin came out, oh boy, oh boy. It's really funny too, because like the ship is incredibly tough, and her guns, oh my god. Soviet bias guns are one thing. Soviet bias guns, when they are 457 millimeters, that's quite something else. So the guns were pretty cracked out back in the day, incredibly tough ship, and then Wargaming decided that they were going to nerf it by nerfing her AA health. So weird, so weird. They didn't get around to nerfing the actual guns until way later. They cranked down their damage a bit. But yeah, you're gonna nerf the AA health? Like, what is that going to do? But yeah, so the Kremlin is in an interesting place now, more than a few years later after her release. She is, you know, the guns are still good, the ship's still really tough, but in today's World of Warships, there's not a lot of room for the Soviet playstyle, oddly enough. Which is for the larger ships, like the Moskva, the Stalingrad, the Kremlin, they all pretty much play like, I'm going to point my bow toward the enemy team, I'm going to stay bow in and just tank for days. That's how, they play. But, we have submarines, airstrikes, crazy CVs like the Shikishima. It's just not a great way to play anymore, really. Unless, of course, you get a match where those things either aren't in your game or they just leave you alone. And you do have the Soviet dispersion gimmick with the Kremlin here, which the TLDR is that the closer you are to your target, the better your dispersion should be. However, I find that it doesn't really work all that often. Like, you'll be 10 kilometers away from somebody, which is, point blank range by Tier 10 standards, and you still have god-awful dispersion. Now, imagine what that dispersion is like at, 18 or 19 kilometers. And, yeah, it doesn't really work. Now, granted, there are times when the stars align, you do get actually pretty good dispersion at those ranges, which is absolutely terrifying when that does work. But that's pretty few and far between. Our driver for today is one Swamp... Is it Swamp Thing or is it Swamp Beast? Swamp Beast. And he's beached himself on this island right here. So Swamp Beast sit in this replay. There's a pretty interesting plot twist in this replay according to the email, which I'm sure we'll see here in a minute. But anyway, so arms race mode. And oh, hello, that's pretty broadside North Carolina, 15 kilometers away. You got a breast right there. Ooh, that's a pretty juicy target. So see, like that, look at that dispersion. That's not overly great. You only hit 3 shells for 10 kilometers. And then there you go, there's that dispersion at 15 kilometers. Oh, hello, Los Andes, 9 kilometers away. How you doing, buddy? That's a very appetizing target. Now, besides having an incredible, just crap ton of armor on the Kremlin, you do get the fast Soviet damage. Oh my god, this is so good. Okay, so let's see what dispersion does from 8 kilometers. Okay, so that's a little bit better, and only 3 shells hit for 8 kilometers. I'm sorry, 4 shells hit, 1 ricocheted. Oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, you get the Soviet fast damage con here, where it cools down incredibly fast, but you get a limited number of charges with. There's a Cerberus from 8.7 kilometers away. Well, never mind. He is now in his smoke. Hello, Los Andes. Okay, again, look at this dispersion from 8.7 kilometers away. That's what's so frustrating about these ships. Because the way it's described as it should work, you should basically have almost no dispersion at 8 kilometers. That's the high risk, high reward formula that is supposedly in these Soviet battleships. The closer you get, the more accurate your guns are. Therefore, it encourages you to get close. Sounds like a great gimmick. Here we go. 9 kilometers away, Cerberus. Lets the shots go out. Not terrible dispersion there. There we go. There we go. 2 Citadel hits, 3 overpins for a Dev Strike on a Cerberus. Alright. So, that one worked. But that was what? Out of 4 or 5 close range salvos there? He had one that actually, you know, connected. Looks like he does not have, oh man, I forget the guy's name. The Special Soviet Commander, Kuznetsov, on his Kremlin, which is very rare. Most Kremlin players have Kuznetsov for that free heal and free damage con you get when your health gets below 10%. Okay, sit rep. Green team not doing so good. They're down 3 ships to the enemy team's 2 ships at the moment. And they just lost, I believe, was that a Massachusetts they just lost? That's very unfortunate. Now he does have this amalgamation of ships over here. This also, ooh, hello torpedoes. And he just slides. Oh, never mind. He does eat one. So that's a big thing, that their destroyer is down while the enemy destroyer is still up and around and frolicking. That is a, ooh, now that's some good dispersion there. Well, let's see if it actually connects. Okay, you know, not bad for a bow-on shot at a breast. Yeah, so their destroyer is down, which means the enemy. This Los Andes, bruh. Oh, there goes their their PVO, the Prince Van Orange there. This Los Andes, he's just pulling out broadside again. I mean, it worked for him last time. He couldn't hit him. All right, so let's see, 8.8 kilometers away, broadside Los Andes, salvo out. Looks a little bit better there with the dispersion, and it was. There we go. 6 shells hit, 15K off of the Los Andes. Oh, but then the Amalgi joins the fray. Looks like the Michelangelo, the friendly Michelangelo, is pushing up with him. Might get one more. Ah, lag. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The plot twist. The man loses connection when he's pushing up into the Los Andes, who apparently backed up behind the island, but now he has a breast in his face. Not the worst situation. Oh, they get, look at that dispersion. Look at that dispersion from 3 kilometers away, man. What is that? So it's like the breast is in their torpedo mode. However, oh, he misses those torpedoes. All right, 8 seconds left on the guns. This dude's getting here pretty fast. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Right through the nose, sir. Don't shoot the turret. Shoot the nose. Oh, okay. It's okay. It works. Woo! You don't want to really shoot the turrets, because if the turrets eat the damage, I think only like, what, 10% of it gets applied to the ship. So in that situation, you traditionally want to just punch them through the nose, which, you know, you can't overmatch if you have 457mm guns in the case of the breast. All right, Conqueror goes down. So now about half the enemy team is sunk to only 4 of the red team's ships. There's some torpedoes from the Michelangelo. Alright. Oh, there's that Los Andes again. Hello. Still broadside on. Look at that dispersion. That's so bad from 4 kilometers. Okay, rear turret dispersion was a little bit better. But yeah, let me see what I'm talking about? Oh, man. Alright. Now you have an Amalia. That's a really tough cookie there. Ooh, and a Louisiana. The abomination that is my home state's namesake in this game. That is my Discord and not yours. Alright. Broadside Amagi, though. Random Amagi, again, very tough cookie. So let's see, salvo out on the Amagi, and 2 pins, some decent-ish damage. We got the Louisiana out there. I mean, you got that nice tumor of a flight deck to bully there. And, oh, there we go, Citadel in Louisiana, very nice. But then you have her 10 16-inch guns replying. He's kind of broadside 2. Ooh, okay, gets lucky there. Non-pins with Kremlin guns. That's wild. Alright, yeah, don't pop that damage con. Let those 4 seconds of that fire burn out, since you have a limited number of damage cons. Amagi's healing up over there. There goes the Delaware. So both Louisiana and Amagi are very low, but his team, the enemy team, I'm sorry, does have 2 healing buffs going right now. Alright, 4 guns out on the Amagi, and don't know if his shells can get there in time. They did, but they, well, didn't do too much. Popping a heal. He has 1 heal left after this one. Alright, Archerfish sinks the Louisiana. Alright. Okay, Amagi's showing a little bit more ankle at this moment. Gets his forward guns out. That dispersion actually looks fairly decent. Should be a dead Amagi. And it is for his 4th kill of the game. Alright, it is now 5v5, but the enemy team still has a destroyer up. Friendly team, however, it still does have their submarine up. And it's an archer fish. That's the scary one. North Carolina. Oh my god, I love that profile. That's what every Battleship player wants to see, a broadside North Carolina like that. And is he just going to delete him? No, overpins. Very sad. Alright, Burgoyne from 10 kilometers away, which is a secondary Burgoyne? Is that his secondaries splashing? If that is, then that is the incorrect build to have on the Burgoyne. You want a secondary French battleship? Get the Alsace. Alright. I think he nicked his turrets there. He picks up a buff. What do you get? Oh, the increased HP buff. Alright. Hello, Mr. Burgoyne. He is currently dealing with the Blucher. Blucher's probably going to be down here in a second. Archerfish is also joining in on the fray. Alright, aiming up a little bit higher to go for that superstructure. And, oof, I mean, 6k, that's not bad. Here comes some Archerfish torps. Oh, yeah, there. Oh, gets the secondary kill for a Kraken Unleashed. Nicely done. You remember that one secondary gun is actually on point. Alright, here's North Carolina again. Broadside on. I don't know what he's selling bow in toward at this moment. But now he's got to deal with 6 Soviet shells coming his way. Oh, there we go. Citadel's in for 20k. Confederate and high caliber. Brings his total up to 217,000 damage. He gets his rear turret off in reply, and it just kind of bounces off the armor. But there goes the Yoshino. It's now 3 versus 4. We have a Petropavlovsk, pretty tough boat, a Drake, a North Carolina, and wherever the hell that Jutland is at. Alright, rear turret's off on the Drake. So North Carolina has finally decided he should stop selling broadside to the enemy team here. And his friendly team is about to capture the middle point. Oh my god, now he's just turned back around. He's still turning, so his battleship is rolled over. So this should be a pretty good hit here. Yep, there we go. Another Citadel to the North Carolina. And I think that was, what, 15 or I don't think it was 20k again to the North Carolina. But he did not enjoy it. And what's this tactical genius going to do? Okay, he's turning out more, which is good. So let's see what these shells do. Still might Citadel him just because it's North Carolina. Nope, 10k though in pure pins. Alright, Drake is approaching. Popping his last heal. Let's see, who's going to get this North Carolina? He's now just... I don't know what this man's doing. This may very well just be a bot at this point. There we go. Kill number 6, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we're now 3v3. At this point, they are now not losing. With 6 kills, he's finally managed to balance out the score between the two teams. Alright, guns out on the Drake, 7 kilometers away. Alright, 9,500 damage there. So now it appears if you get below 8 kilometers, the dispersion's actually kind of decent. Alright, getting his rear turret on the Drake. There is the Archerfish torps. Which, oof, yeah, alright. This might be the 1-2 punch. There we go, some good dispersion. And goodbye, Mr. Drake. 13k there for kill number 7, ladies and gentlemen. 295,000 damage done at this point. Alright, so there's still a Petro, and there's still a Jutland. Petro is notoriously tough. Jutland, what has he been doing this match? Okay, he's got a kill. Oh yeah, man, Swamp Beast is up to 7 kills at this point, ladies and gentlemen, after reconnecting to the game, too. That's pretty wild. Normally when I disconnect, I just die because, well, my internet service provider hates me. Alright, so Swamp Thing has no heals left. They do have 2 of the 3 healing buffs going at this moment. Dropping his ASW aircraft, trying to figure out whereabouts that Petro is. If I'm Petro, I'm going into those islands, and I'm trying to come in through those islands to hopefully get the broadsides of these ships that are in A. Now, Petro's guns are pretty crazy. It can very well bully broadside Kremlin. It can just outright bully Richelieu, too. So here comes the ASW from the Petropavlovsk. Is it even close to the Archerfish? Don't think so. I think he's just trying to get an idea of where the friendly team is at. Ah, there's a Jutland. This is a bold maneuver by the Jutland. Ooh, yeah, 8K, that's it. Okay, that's a little lackluster for a bunch of 18-inch shells. All right, he's getting his turrets moving over to where? Okay, he's going to beach. Ooh, this is not going to be very good. 1, 2, 3, 4 torpedoes. Thankfully, hit that one on his torpedo protection. Now, the Jutland has found himself in quite the precarious situation. Goodbye, Jutland. Yeah, there we go. For kill number 8. He almost got Swamp Beast down. But maybe should wait for the Petro radar to see exactly where the friendly team was at. I mean, that almost worked. He was another torpedo hit or two away from getting Swamp Beast out. And, ooh, there's those Petro guns. Hello, Petro. It's Jack Sparrow.
There should be a captain in there somewhere.
Alright. Oh, he does have Kuznetsov on his ship. Just doesn't have the flag equipped. Look at that. There we go. So there's Kuznetsov's free heal. And always remember, boys and girls, every ship has one torpedo. Oh, get him, come on, get him. There we go. There we go. Oh my god, that was 9 kills. Oh my lordy. 1.1 million credits for that match. 9 ships sunk. 9 ships sunk. So he sank all but, what, 3 of the enemy ships. Kraken Unleashed, Dev Strike, Confederate, Close Quarters Expert, and High Caliber. 353,000 damage done. And let's see. Base XP, 4,001 base XP. That is a crazy game. And he lost connection in the middle of it in front of a Los Andes. That is wild, dude. That's an amazing game, Swamp Beast. Thank you so much for sending that in to the channel. If you have a match like this, please send it in. You can find the email linked in the description down below. You can also join the community Discord and submit your replays there via the replay submission channel. Shout out to the Archerfish, though, for surviving and also pulling a 3,700 base XP game. So, Swamp Beast, excellent game. Thank you so much for sending it in. I hope if I run across you, you are on my team, because that was pretty crazy, dude. So hope you guys enjoy. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday and weekend. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.